Welcome back to the Morning Brief right here on Channels Television. You know that it's a potpourri that we always offer you. So this is the inspiration table. If you have New Year resolutions, you want to get through to your goals and achieve something by the end of 2025, of course, you may have one or two cues to take from my guest on this segment. And so Adejumoke Williams, PR professional and confectioner now, joins me on this segment. Good morning.
Good morning.
And welcome to the Morning Brief.
Thank you very much. I'm glad to be here.
So from PR to pastries, they, are quite complementary because you need one to push the other,
Definitely.
right? But tell us the backstory behind moving from PR to pastries.
Okay, so pastries, baking has always been in the family. My grandparents owned bakeries back in the 40s. And 40s? Yes, 1948 to be precise. That was when it was founded. It's called Adejumoke Standard Bakery at that time. And they had this until, I think, after the Civil War, when, Nigeria happened and my grandfather had to lay it to rest. So baking has always been in the family. But the interesting catch was I did not pay any attention to bakery. I saw it growing up. It was such a very stressful thing to do. Back then there were there were no gadgets. There wasn't a lot of things that we could, work with. My mom also was a baker and a caterer. And I remember she would wake my brothers and I up, let's do this, let's bake. And I'll be like, why is this thing so stressful? And so I didn't have interest in baking. My dad would tell me, focus on what your mom is doing, and I'll be like, me, cake. I don't have that time. I'm a full-time corporate girl. And that went on for years until 2016 when I lost some weight. I used to be on the really big side. I lost some weight and my colleagues would ask me, what did you do? What did you do? What did you do? So that was how Dainty Delights was born. We sat on my table at the office and we just started discussing. And there and then we had a name, we had a slogan, we had everything. But then it was an healthy food company. So I was basically loading my car up with parfait in cups that I would go and sell to my colleagues at work. And by 2017, life happened. I lost my job and I was pregnant. And I just realized that, this thing that I ran from is looking like, there's something when you have a baby on the way and you just feel you can pack school lunches and you can do a couple of things. And I just said, okay, let's start with making banana bread. So I was a full self-taught baker. I started with making banana bread.
So even though you weren't paying attention,
I wasn't paying attention. Back then, it was really bad. I paid no attention. When did I lose that interest? It started, it just didn't happen. It grew. Kind of. I remember my grandma was clocking 80 and we had not had lights for 7 weeks and we were planning for the party. And my mom, our inspiration for the cake was, Mom, you are a star. That was what she was going to spell. So she would wake us up. We would mix and mix and mix. Kilele, kilo day. So and we were young. I was like in primary 3 thereabouts. Why are you waking me up so early to do this thing? But we had to do it. And so I just said, no, this wasn't for me. So it was from that age that I'd actually just blanked out on baking. But after I lost my job, I had a baby on the way. I had to do something with my hands. And it felt like this thing that you ran from, it's inborn, it's in you. You have to, go back and see what you can do with it. So we started with making banana bread. I would sell banana bread. I'll make for the family. If I have cousins coming into the country and I'm going back, I'll pack some for them to take back, and that was just how we started. But then again, after 2017, my cousin Eniola was already into full-time baking. So I went to her to say, baby, you're going to teach me 1 or 2 things. And she said, oh, you know what? I won't teach you for free. I don't need your money, but I will not teach you for free because I need you to focus. I need you to concentrate. I need you to understand that you are learning a skill. So maybe I paid her 20K or something. And I had a one week intensive class with her on baking cakes, not even pastries, just cakes. And that was how we started.
And so adversity is good, right?
Yes, sometimes. I feel like sometimes when you are stuck in a spot, because I had a good job. I was doing well, excuse me, I was doing well, I was earning well, I didn't see any reasons to move. But sometimes God just wants to move you. He doesn't like it when you're complacent. It's just like, you know what, I'm going to move you for you to see the bigger picture and for you to know that life is beyond what you are at the moment. And I think that was just what happened in my own case. And
so Dainty Pastries is worth more than your salary job when you were, you know, a PR professional. At the time when we started, no, it wasn't. No, it was not. I struggled. I'm not even going to lie. The tears, the everything you can think of. It was a roller coaster of emotions. I really, really struggled. But in 2019, I rested the business because, of course, I had gone back to work. So, and it was clashing. I wasn't able to meet up with customers' orders. I had a baby. You know, there were just a couple of things. So 2018, so I had to raise the business. And then I focused on I'd now moved from PR to experiential marketing. So I had to focus on my activations. I know how it can be. This morning you're waking up in Abuja, tomorrow you are in Kaduna because you're activating different brands. So with that, we rested the business. But then again, 2020, life happened again. COVID came. Again, adversity. COVID came, and again, I was pregnant with my second child. And this time I had to leave my work abruptly. So it was at that point I said, nah, it have do. I am going to focus fully on baking, and even if another job comes, I will take it, but I would not rest my business. And that was how it started. And I had 2 babies. I would go to work. I would come back. I would bake. I would wake up as early as 4 a.m. to decorate cakes. As I'm leaving the house for work, I'm delivering cakes, sending out. So it seems we must thank your babies for timing their coming.
I think, yes, I actually do thank them.
But, you know, it's easier to make a decision to do PR, a paid PR job or a paid marketing job than to go into confectionaries because of, you know, the price of flour in the market currently. Tell us what your staying power is as we wrap up.
Okay, so one thing I realized is you can't stay, with the way the economy is, you really can't stay focused on one side of the business. When I was creating the business, I was very intentional not to call it Dainty Cakes, because the bigger picture I had at that time was way bigger. Was, you know, there had to be some allowance to expand. So with the current situation, we're still fully into cakes, but then we've introduced different arms of the business. We now do desserts, we do tapioca catering, we have Dainty Kiddies Affairs, popcorn, candy floss, ice cream. We have.
So what's the worth of Dainty confectionaries now? You don't want the taxman to come after you.
We can't see that.
But thank you. We must anchor at this point and thank you for your inspiration.
You're
amazing
welcome.
story.
You're welcome.
And we hope that someone can take a cue from Mrs. Williams' story. Thank you so much for coming on the program.
I'm glad I did.
Yes, we'll be back again to bring you another inspiring story on this inspiration table after this time, well, on other editions. But we'll take a break. When we return, we'll bring you another wonderful part of the morning brief. Stay with us. We'll be right back.